My name is Matthew Toilolo. I'm from Long Beach, California, and I'm currently pursuing the Bachelor of Arts degree in Interpersonal Communication Studies with a minor in criminology. I was very deeply interested in pursuing a degree at CNJ because I wanted something to benefit my voice. Growing up, I've always had a loud, projective, authoritative voice, but also I was very talkative growing up. I was always reminded that all the time from my family, my friends, just my peers in general. But this is how I looked at it. If you're talkative, this is a good, department for you to pursue your degree in. But how I look at it is that if you possess the ability to be talkative, you are a great communicator. But if you can possess the ability to be talkative without being a distraction to others, but also be a benefit to others, you are a enhanced and effective communicator. I would say the challenges that I face in this department of CNJ is how something so simple like communications, which is my study in this department, a study so simple, yet it required a lot of work and research evidence kindness. So I underestimated what this department had to offer when I had to take these courses in this study that I pursued my degree in, but also just realizing as time went on, I had mastered the ability of what this department had to offer, especially when I have been in this department 3.5 years now. So yeah, just the work behind it, but also the work it requires, but how beneficial it was for a topic in study so simple. The many skills that I developed were my biggest achievements, especially being in this department for 3.5 years now, is because I just never thought that there would be courses I would take that would be a communicative aspect of my life. For example, I took a course where I was very confused, but when I took it, I realized this is something, that could help me in life, but also educate others. And that was an environmental communication class. I never really thought that you can you can communicate with the environment, especially when there are jobs with that aspect. So just taking courses like those, you would never thought you would take, really helped me, in my academics, but also I added that to my knowledge where I can educate others too, but also it can also help me in my own life. I would recommend this program if you're an extroverted and social person like me. Like I already said before, I was always talkative, extroverted, social growing up. So this was going to benefit my voice, but also my personality in general. And if you are willing to get outside that box, especially if you're an introverted person and you're willing to learn more, then this will be a good class for you to start off with. Just to get out of that box, just to, learn more communicative aspects that people use in their daily life. And I just, I'm just happy for students who are like me that if you want your voice to be heard, this is the department for you to offer the person. My favorite part of the program was the diversity. Not only diversity in classes, but the diversity in professors and students. I've met so many students within my 3.5 stay year at the department from all different parts of the world, different cultures, and they also had a lot to learn about me, which I am Samoan, and not a lot of people know what Samoan is, but I want to explain. It's basically Polynesian or Pacific Islander, or similar to the island of Hawaii. But because I was coming to a state of New Mexico where they're not familiar with the Polynesian culture, I was glad that I got to educate others, professors, students, and also my peers online, in the online education about where I come from and what my ancestral heritage is. And that's basically what I did with all my peers in the past 3.5 years. But also just meeting so many diverse professors from all over the world just shows that academics just goes way beyond than the country that we are in. And courses-wise, like I already explained, you had environmental communication courses that I took, but also other courses that, like you said, you never would have thought would be a communication class, but it is. The way, of course, move back to where I'm from. But also, when I moved back to where I'm from, which is, Long Beach, California, I want to pursue a career where it involves using my voice. Currently, I work for the airline industry. I work for United Airlines and United Ground Express, and I am a RAD agent and an ops agent. So I get to use my form of communication in those, aspects, in my workforce, currently. But I want to use what I have to offer from what I learned from this department for something more bigger than what I'm doing right now. And with me having this degree can help me pursue those options where, I could I could feel heard more. I can be seen more. I can also use my voice to help others, but also use it to educate others.